In the sun-drenched village, a palpable tension hangs heavy as Elijah and Joshua face off, the air thick with unspoken animosity. Elijah's face is contorted, a storm of fury brewing behind his eyes. Joshua returns Elijah's glare, his jaw tight with defiance, a mirror image of the simmering rage. From the shadows of doorways, villagers watch, their faces etched with fear. The village holds its breath as the unspoken conflict threatens to erupt. In the heart of the village, a blatant act of disrespect unfolds as Elijah spits at Joshua's feet. The vile spittle lands, igniting a fuse of fury within Joshua. Joshua's hands tighten into fists, the air thick with unspoken threats. The village holds its breath, bracing for the imminent clash between Elijah and Joshua. At the village edge, a humble gathering forms around Jesus. His voice, a beacon of serenity, carries through the air, resonating with profound love and forgiveness. His words paint vivid images of compassion and understanding, urging all to turn the other cheek. The villagers listen intently, their faces reflecting the transformative power of his teachings. The gentle breeze rustles through the trees as the world listens to the sermon of love. At the village edge, Elijah stands, a solitary figure amidst the throng, his ears attuned to the distant voice. A battle rages within him as Jesus' words stir a deep conflict, his face etched with inner turmoil. Drawn to the promise of hope, Elijah wrestles with the shadows of his long-held hatred, a tempest in his soul. His heart yearns for solace, yet the echoes of past grievances shackle him to the familiar chains of animosity. In the dim confines of his humble home, Elijah is consumed by inner turmoil. He strides back and forth, his mind ensnared by the day's unfolding events. The flickering candlelight dances around him, casting distorted shadows that mirror his wavering resolve. Elijah wrestles with the profound weight of Jesus' teachings. His home, a sanctuary of simplicity, now echoes with the silent storm of his contemplation. In the dim light of his home, Elijah kneels, his head bowed in solemn prayer. His clasped hands tremble, a physical manifestation of the inner turmoil that grips his soul. Shadows dance across his face, accentuating the deep lines of worry and the burden he carries. In a desperate plea, Elijah whispers, "Please, grant me guidance." His voice barely audible, he begs, "Give me the strength to overcome this hatred that consumes me." At the village, Joshua strains as he cranks the handle, the rope groaning under the weight. Elijah approaches the well, his eyes darting nervously around the perimeter. The well rope creaks as Joshua hauls up the bucket, the sound cutting through the tense silence. Joshua's muscles tense, his grip on the handle tightening as he anticipates an attack. Elijah stops a few feet away from Joshua, his eyes narrowed, assessing the situation. The bucket emerges, heavy with water, as Joshua's vigilance remains unbroken. At the village well, Elijah makes a gesture of peace, his hand outstretched. The morning sun casts light on the ancient stones of the well. Joshua stares, his eyes reflecting a battle between suspicion and disbelief. A gentle breeze whispers through the scene, stirring the dust at their feet. At the village, tension hangs heavy as Joshua carefully lowers his bucket, the silence amplifying the unspoken. His hand extends, reaching out towards Elijah, a gesture of tentative hope amidst the strained quiet. A fragile connection forms as their hands meet, a silent pact sealed in the heart of the village. In the tense, silent atmosphere, the touch speaks volumes. Weathered hands, etched with the stories of struggle, grip each other tightly. From Joshua's overflowing bucket, a single drop descends like a tear. The lone drop plunges, a poignant symbol of their shared burden. It lands on their joined hands, a silent baptism of resilience and hope. The weathered hands remain clasped, bearing witness to hardship, yet bound by unwavering resolve. Elijah and Joshua stride into the village, their presence cutting through the ordinary. Astonishment ripples through the villagers as they gaze upon the pair. Whispers snake through the crowd, a mix of awe and apprehension. Heads shake in disbelief, a silent chorus of doubt echoing through the village. The air crackles with unspoken questions as Elijah and Joshua continue their walk, unfazed. In the heart of the village, Sarah shuffles forward, her presence a storm gathering on the horizon. She halts before Elijah and Joshua, her eyes blazing, a storm of fury about to break. With a contemptuous burst, she unleashes her curse. May misfortune follow you both. Elijah and Joshua stand in desolate silence, their faces reflecting the heavy weight of sorrow. Their silence speaks volumes as the weight of the old woman's curse settles upon them. Elijah and Joshua sit together on the hill, their silence heavy with unspoken thoughts. The village stretches out before them, a silent testament to the challenges they face. Each is lost in contemplation, the weight of their shared burden palpable in the air. The vast sky mirrors the expanse of their concerns, an endless horizon of decisions looming. At the edge of the village, Elijah's face is etched with worry as he turns towards Joshua. Joshua stands resolute beside him, a stark contrast to Elijah's apprehension. Elijah's voice is heavy with doubt. This will not be easy. Joshua's unwavering conviction cuts through the air. But it is right. In the hallowed synagogue, Elijah and Joshua stand shoulder to shoulder, a united front against the storm brewing around them. The weight of unspoken accusations hangs heavy in the air as they silently seek solace. Resentful glances pierce through the soft light, the villagers' disapproval a palpable force. The stained glass windows cast shadows that dance with the growing animosity, painting a portrait of division and mistrust. Within the hallowed halls of the synagogue, Rabbi Simon's stern countenance cuts through the solemn atmosphere. Rabbi Simon approaches Elijah and Joshua. His voice resonates with concern as he cautions. This foolishness must cease. Rabbi Simon warns, you both are playing a dangerous game. Rabbi Simon concludes with a grave warning, one with consequences you cannot possibly foresee. Under the silent gaze of the moon, the village street is cloaked in foreboding shadows, as Elijah's home stands scarred by hate. Elijah and Joshua arrive, their faces reflecting a shared anguish as they absorb the desecration. The moonlight casts long, distorted shadows, amplifying the grim reality of the damage inflicted upon Elijah's home. The crude graffiti and gaping holes are stark testaments to the malice that has invaded their once peaceful village. Rocks litter the porch, physical manifestations of the contempt hurled at Elijah's doorstep. Dust devils swirl across the desolate village street, a silent omen of the storm to come. Elijah's voice cuts through the stillness. They will not stop, Joshua responds, his voice resonating with resolve. Then neither will we. A palpable tension hangs heavy in the air, thick with unspoken fears and brewing defiance. The parched earth mirrors the dry desperation in their hearts, fueling their resolve. The dust settles, but the storm within them only intensifies, ready to erupt. On a dusty roadside, Elijah and Joshua discover Samuel, a traveler suffering from a brutal assault. Compassion guiding their actions, Elijah and Joshua carefully lift Samuel to his feet. Supporting his weight, they slowly guide Samuel towards the sanctuary of the nearby village. With gentle hands, Elijah cleans Samuel's wounds, offering relief from his pain. Joshua bandages Samuel's injuries, his expression reflecting deep concern for the injured traveler. In a gesture of kindness, they offer Samuel nourishment and a safe haven to recover. Samuel stands amidst the village, the faces of its inhabitants reflecting both exhaustion and empathy. He feels a surge of gratitude, touched by the villagers' unexpected kindness. In a moment of heartfelt confusion, Samuel speaks out. I do not understand. He struggles to comprehend their actions, his voice laced with disbelief. Why do you help me when others would leave me to die? The villagers' faces remain soft, their eyes filled with an unspoken understanding that transcends Samuel's bewilderment. The scene hangs in quiet anticipation, the unspoken question lingering in the air as Samuel awaits an answer. In the heart of the village, Elijah stands as a beacon of resolve, his commanding presence capturing every eye. The very air seems to listen as Elijah prepares to speak, his words poised to reshape destinies. His voice resonates, carrying on the wind. Because we are called to love our enemies and to do good to those who persecute us. The villagers listen intently to Elijah, their faces reflecting a mixture of awe and contemplation. The wind whispers through the village, carrying Elijah's powerful words to every corner. Elijah's gaze sweeps across the crowd, his conviction unwavering. At the edge of the village, a growing assembly of villagers gathers, their faces a canvas of raw curiosity. Whispers ripple through the crowd as Jesus speaks, stirring long-held beliefs and ingrained prejudices. A palpable shift begins, doubt flickering in their eyes, challenging the foundations of their community's hatred. The seeds of change are sown as villagers dare to question the status quo, their faces etched with nascent defiance. In the heart of the gathering, a quiet revolution brews, as the villagers confront the darkness within themselves and their society. The village teeters on the brink of transformation, the villagers' collective doubt a beacon of hope for a future free from hatred. At the edge of the village, a sea of faces turns toward Jesus, murmurs of anticipation rippling through the crowd. Elijah stands at the forefront, his expression filled with hope as he fixes his gaze on Jesus. Beside him, Joshua's face mirrors Elijah's hope, both men united in their unwavering belief. The crowd presses closer, a collective breath held in anticipation of what is to come. The village awakens as neighbors extend helping hands, their hardened faces softening with newfound resolve. Old grudges dissolve like morning mist as neighbors unite, repairing homes and sharing tales under the warm sun. A vibrant sense of unity blossoms, weaving through the dusty streets and binding the villagers in a shared destiny. The village transforms into a beacon of hope as each villager contributes to the rising tide of shared purpose and camaraderie. In the heart of the village, Elijah and Joshua stand face to face. A moment of silent understanding passes between them. Elijah and Joshua embrace, sealing their reconciliation with forgiveness. Their embrace stands as a testament to the transformative power of forgiveness. Words appear: love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you.